Welcome to Slash-A-Thon. Hey guys, welcome back to MegaNerd Squad Slash-A-Thon edition. We have a review for you today, and it is the 2018 Halloween.
This movie stars Laurie Strode again and takes place 40 years later. And it's just, they're waiting for Michael. And these doctors, they're trying to see Michael because they are interested, they're like reporters, and they want to see Michael. And the first intro for this movie is amazing because his dogs start barking when he gets closer to Michael. The dogs start barking. It's just a loud music, and then it cuts to the intro title card.
Yeah, I love the intro. I almost cried, honestly, and that doesn't happen.
You almost cried.
I was teary-eyed.
Oh my God.
With excitement though, because I was so excited to see this movie. I was waiting all year for it, and then when the time came and it was handled with such care, I was just so in love. I will say that I really did enjoy the movie. When I first got out of the theater the first time I saw it, I didn't know what to think of it exactly. I was still processing it. I still really enjoyed it, but there was a couple of things that I thought took a detour in the wrong direction. After I let it marinate a little while, I have come to absolutely love this movie. By the time it was released on Blu-ray, I was right there getting a copy. I own I have 3 different copies now, all different movie cases and different types of collections. But I love this sequel. I think it was done very well, and I'm surprised because it's David Gordon Green is a great director, but he does primarily comedy movies. You know, like Pineapple Express, and Danny McBride helped write this movie. And you can definitely tell because it does have like some comedy aspects within it.
I do love Michael's new mask as well in the movie. They actually designed a really cool mask for this movie. And the fact that Laurie Strode, she literally tells them that I've been waiting 40 years for Michael to escape.
The theme of this movie is essentially trauma. You know, and I've seen the interviews with Jamie Lee Curtis and stuff, and she says that's what really was the ultimate reason she decided to actually say yes and be in this movie, is because she loved the underlying theme of it that David Gordon Green and Danny McBride and them wrote. It really focuses on 40 years after one bad night in 1978, the trauma that an experience like that can have on you and the effects. Mm-hmm. You know, she had failed marriages, she got her child taken away from her by like Child Protective Services. On paper, she wasn't a great mother, but she meant well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and she prepared her way better.
Yes.
Because this was eventually going to happen.
So rocky relationship with her daughter, and because of that, she's never able to really see her granddaughter, which is like the new Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie, the new Laurie Strode.
That's what I like about this movie as well. The granddaughter, I actually really liked who played her, and I just like that character. And I just liked the granddaughter, the acting was really good for her. And there's a lot of references to the old movies in this one.
Yes.
Especially even with the kills as well. He kills this lady in her kitchen.
They were referencing Halloween 2, the lady that was making the sandwiches.
Yeah.
And in that one, they don't kill her in the old one, Halloween 2. But in this one, they decided he goes in ahead. It's an off-screen kill, but it's a great shot because the whole thing is like a oneer up until he grabs the thing, and then it cuts to inside. And he gets her off camera, and you can just hear him crushing her head with a hammer. And then you get to see her body because the camera follows him. That whole sequence right there, when it goes from day to night, is one of my favorite things about this movie. It's just like the old one too, where when it goes from day to night, it's just like a defining moment within the movie. It's like, okay, now here's the real deal. Michael is out tonight on Halloween.
I loved how Michael also killed the reporters in the bathroom.
It's a theory of mine. I think the guy is alive.
Oh yeah,
I think the male is
I think
alive.
he's alive.
We don't see his body.
We don't see him dead. We don't see him dead.
The female, however, we hear her getting strangled, and then we hear a crack, and then
died.
her legs stop.
She died.
But the last frame that we see of the man is his eyes slowly start to close, bloody up against the wall. But then when it cuts to the scene after, when they got the stretcher and the bodies, you don't ever see if that guy is actually dead or not. You don't see him dead on a stretcher.
Yeah.
So I think he's still alive.
He may be.
A lot of cool things about this is characters that are going to be in the next one, like the sheriff.
He may be.
I think it was like a Creighton Duke reference from Jason Goes to Hell. It was like a badass character because every movie needs that. It was like the Loomis in Halloween. The Creighton Duke was that way for Jason. Or Tommy Jarvis in 4 and 6. Like, you need that back and forth of like the struggle. I just love that reference, and I think that cop, the sheriff, is going to be in the next one. The guy with the cowboy hat.
Yeah. The ending of this movie also is as well amazing. I love how Laurie was prepared, has her whole house prepared and set for a whole trap for Michael.
Yes.
It's never about she didn't think he was coming. She wasn't trying to protect herself. She was trying to trap Michael to finish him off for good. She is ready for Michael to die.
Like the way it ends with her ending up, you think she's got her house all booby trapped and everything to where it's a safe house essentially, but ultimately down in the basement where you think is the safest place is the trap for Michael all along. The last time you see Michael is him standing at the bottom of the steps just glaring at her like now I can see why he would be on a mission to end her. Like after 40 years, they wound up together again. And that's the thing about this one is that they're not brother and sister. They went a different direction. Yeah. Like when the first one ended, that was never part of the original story. So they liked that idea better of him not having a reason for going after her specifically. It was just that he saw her that day and he wanted her ever since.
I just really like how the little Easter eggs, so people know that Michael's still alive, that people haven't seen Halloween really before. At the end of the credits, you hear Michael breathing.
And the last time it shows the basement too, he's not standing in there anymore. It's just like up in flames, and it's like, well, did he like punch his way out through a wall? Did he find something? Like, I don't know. I'm excited to see exactly how he got out. If they even show it, they might not show it. They might just find him laying on the ground, steaming, smoking, and then take him to the hospital along with Laurie, which would be crazy. That would be bizarre. It's the nods to all the other ones. Yes, this one disregards every other sequel after the original, so they took into account the fans, and everyone loves these movies that, is the Michael Myers fan. So they took things from each movie and had them strategically in the movie. Like the costumes from part 3, there's
so many things they brought back from old movies.
There's pretty much like
that they were referencing because they know how much people love this franchise.
The house that Laurie's daughter lives in, the daughter and granddaughter live in a house that looks exactly like the house that they used in the 4th one. And the 5th one. And
then when he gets back up, like when he's on the ground, he just lays back up. Overall, I think this movie is amazing, and it's a really good franchise, like where it's hard to redo these series in a sense, or make a sequel for them like 40 years later, because that's what they've been doing nowadays, rebooting or sequels straight to horror movies. And this one worked out really well, and it's one reason why it's one of the best-selling horror movies in a while.
It was handled with care, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that it was a sequel, not a reboot. Like, please don't reboot, Michael Myers. Just continue to find different ways to
put him back,
recreate the storyline, like Wes Craven had to do with New Nightmare. It wasn't that great, but he was like really trying to figure out how is he going to put all these pieces together for it to actually make sense in a new movie. And that's kind of what they did with this one. They said, well, we're going to make another Halloween. Let's scrap all the rest and go this route with it. The two things that I didn't care for too much when it happened, I guess it's 3 things. It's the turning point of the doctor. When you find out that the doctor is actually evil, bad. He's obsessed with Michael, and he does not want anyone to kill him. He wants to keep him alive so he can keep studying him.
But on the other end of that, we do get a cool kill when he dies, because Michael stomps on his face.
And that's what he gets for killing my favorite character in this movie, Will Patton. I really, really don't think he's alive. I mean, obviously, that's what's intended. But I would be okay with them saying, you know what, even though he got his jugular stabbed and slashed and ran over by the car, let's just keep him alive. Because I love Will Patton so much. Like, I hated that he died. He was my favorite character in it. I mean, James Jude Courtney as well did a great job portraying Michael. That's a hard character to portray.
Yeah.
You know, the way that he moves and everything. He really studied the way that Nick Castle moved and stuff within the original. They brought John Carpenter back to do new musical scores for this movie, and that just makes it that much more better, just knowing that John Carpenter is behind the music. Like, I think that's another reason I was starting to tear up, because right when they show Michael's mask for the first time at Smith's Grove, you can hear like the soft piano, and you know that's the creator. Essentially, that's Dr. Frankenstein with Frankenstein's monster right there, and you got him playing the soft piano music to it and the deep tones. At first, I will say, because I'm overly analytical because I'm a huge fan, but I do understand that it's very, very tough to make a good movie. And I gotta say, this is easily one of the best sequels in the entire franchise. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to see what David Gordon Green has in store for the next 2 movies.
Everything about this movie and Michael and all the kills was amazing, and Laurie Strode was amazing in this movie. Her granddaughter was amazing in this movie, and some other characters as well. I really enjoyed. I'm torn between this one, so I don't know. I'm going to give this movie a 9.5 out of 10 as well. I really enjoyed this movie and everything that came with, and yeah, I just love everything about this movie, and I can't wait for Halloween Kills and see where they go with that one.
The other thing is the last frame of action that you see with the knife in the girl's hand. I think that was a reference to the end of the 4th movie when they kill Michael and then all of a sudden she's supposed to be like the new evil or something. I didn't like that ending.
Or
I
it
like
could
that
have just
movie.
been her traumatizing. She couldn't like.
Yeah, I hope that's what it was. I feel like it deserved a softer ending, maybe even an extra scene. 9.5 for me. If I could give it a 9.8 or 9.9, I would. But it's a 9.5. I think they did a really, really good job, and I can't wait to see the next ones.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you did think of the new Halloween sequel. And make sure to hit that notification so you know when we upload brand new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. MegaNerd Squad, out!